for example, suggest that what you're walking in town, your eyes, can see something and go back and watch it again. It could be a pretty woman, it could be a pretty man, it could be anything. I mean, and then the kind of conversations you have, the words you choose, and all that. Is that to suggest, for example, that in the month of Ramadan, you close your eyes to beautiful things. You don't say things with your mother to maybe unclean, maybe unclean. Yeah.
Yeah, things that are not more of like supposed to be the, how will I say, the habit of a true Muslim. So this is the period that you need to ensure that you enforce or you restrain yourself from them. So the overall expectation after the month of Ramadan is that you are going to be imbued with these qualities as expected by Allah and even by the Quranic injunction and so on, and of which you're supposed to live by it. So if you come out after the fasting and you are engaging such frivolous things which undermine your dignity and your reputation and your character, then it questions the basis of the fasting.
Would you say that from where you sit, from your observation, and I'd like for you to tell us about the origin, how it came about, the history behind it, or if there's a story behind it.
Yeah,
but would you say that in terms of the significance you shared with us, the piety and all that, would you also go on and say that our Muslim brothers and sisters are the understanders and live by it?
Yeah, I think this part of the question, I think I need to reserve it and come back to the first part of the question that you raised.
Okay.
Yes, there's more of like a precedent of it, and or even historical background to the fasting.
The origins, how it came about and all that.
Yes. I think the Holy Prophet, when he settled in Medina, he observed the Jews and Christians fasting on specific days. And he commended his companions to equally, no, some of his companions were moved by it. Or he himself equally was moved by it. Then they were equally engaged in it. And then with time, God revealed how even Muslim fasting should be, which will be different from that of the Jews and the Christians in that period.
So yeah, please go on.
So basically, this is the history about it.
So if I get you right, the month of Ramadan, the fasting, came as a result of what Muhammad, saw Christians do.
Exactly.
And he felt that it was something good.
No, the Jews in particular, I think their community was purely more made out of predominantly Jews at that time, in Medina.
So he felt that, well, we needed to emulate saying.
Exactly.
And that's how the month of Ramadan came by.
Yes. So, and through that, God revealed to them a special way of fasting.
Okay. How
it should be.
Okay.
And even indicated how the nature of the criteria, meaning down to dusk fasting.
Now the fact that you've shared the origins of it, the history behind it, they shared the significance with us. Would you say that our Muslims out there know this, live by it, the tenets of it?
As human as we are, we do find many people who aspire to live by it. But we are also living in a society where you are affected and you equally affect others. So, and in effect, it becomes somehow difficult to say that you can get people who will perfectly live by Islamic tenet. But of course, looking at the nature of our society, that will have even been difficult. And that will have even undermined and defy the dynamics of society. Meaning that, and what is prescribed in the Constitution of Ghana, you find the average Ghanaian strictly, or even being difficult, strictly for a Ghanaian to comply with. And it's not only the Constitution, even the bylaws of AMA. We all find it difficult, you and I. And so it's the same thing with religion too. For instance, someone like me, after the end of the fasting on Ramadan. I was telling my colleague yesterday, like, look, there's another dimension of the fasting that the Prophet established, which is known as the Sunnah. That is the way the Prophet lived by his life. Monday and Thursday fasting. You get it? In order to maintain the momentum that I have built within the period of the fasting. So, and it's not only for the how will I say, the health benefit of it, but how to ensure that I maintain the spiritual relevance of it. So I'm making this point relative to the question that you raised, whether Muslims really abide by the outcome of the fasting to live the way Allah expected us to. And to connect it with the reality on the ground. So as I just mentioned to you, even within our common locality here, we all know what happens. If we were to comply with any even single rules that have been established, whether from the metropolitan background, will we have had a problem? You get the point?
I get you. But you mentioned something that the Holy Prophet Muhammad also did, fasting on Thursdays and Fridays.
Monday and Fridays.
Mondays and Fridays.
Because
I'm right. I had Thursday and Friday.
No, Monday and Friday.
So it's Monday. He fasted on Mondays and fasted on Fridays. Is this something you recommend for Muslims out there to continue to do before even the month of Ramadan?
In fact, they do a lot.
They do a lot.
Many people do a lot. Do it. It has been part of their lifestyle, and but there are others due to the nature of their profession or whatever, or lifestyle and habit, may not be able or are not able to live by it.
So I know you have two celebrations: the Eid al-Fitr, which is Eid Mubarak, and then you have the Eid al-Adha. What's the difference between the two?
The difference is, so this is after the fasting of the post-Ramadan Eid celebration, this one. So having fasted for 30 days or 29 days or 28 days, the Muslims celebrate. And in it comes with a certain level of obligation whereby you need to share a modicum of more of like food to the needy and the poor.
In this one?
In this one. But normally, yes, normally you share the food depending on your, how will I say, your dependent. If you have about 3 or 4 dependents, I'm expected to more of like buy rice, plain rice like this, and or any kind of cereals, and then other related things that are supposed to accompany to make it a complete more of like a meal. Then I share it with the needy and then the poor, and of course sometimes it's also expected you share it with extended relatives who are equally in need, and so on. Is
that to say that if somebody's not in need, you cannot give to the person in showing appreciation or love?
No.
It's always for the needy.
The needy.
Okay.
Yeah, you should also consider the fact that this is a period people have fasted for 30 days and have gone through a lot of endurance, and the moment requires celebration. And do you now also cut off? If you don't get a kind of such as distribution to the needy and the poor, how will they also join the celebration? You get it? So this is part of the logic. But with the Eid Adha, that one comes with more of like, as I think the last time we had a program here, it comes with more of like after this particular month celebration. Then I think we have, 2.5 months, or is it 3 months or whatever, 2.5 months to that. We will be having that celebration in June 7. That will be around 2.5 months, is that also? Yes. And meaning that Muslims will have gone to the Makkah, because that's the period, Zulhijjah, that the month of Hajj, performing the pilgrimage. The Muslim globally will have gone to the Makkah on a specified date and to perform the ritual, the annual ritual. When they are done, then the Arafat day will be the following day after the Arafat day. Then it will be a big celebration for the entire Muslim world, where they commemorate Abraham attempted sacrifice of his son Abraham, Ishmael.
Isaac.
No, we will say
Because
Ishmael.
Ishmael, I understand, yeah.
So you say Isaac. So this is how it is related, and it is also a joyous moment how God also revealed. How will I say? Is it a big ram?
Ram, yeah.
Yeah, for Abraham to sacrifice
Instead of the son. Ishmael.
instead of the son, when the son had complied to the dictate of his father and so on.
So